Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is AI the Somnium Files. Last time we went to the Kumakuras and basically when we discovered there being somebody hidden in the room, they tried to kill us. Failed miserably because Aiba knew I had a porn fetish and made me duck before the bullets hit me. But we survived and we gained some more knowledge, but no leads because they told stuff, but nothing we could use for investigation. So now we just got a call from Lemniscate that our boy is there. So we are on our way over there, and we're now in the car trying to recap everything with Aiba. So let's do that right now. Apparently, Aiba is sitting in the passenger seat. And Moma are suspicious. Oh, definitely. Definitely, they know a lot more than they're giving on, but I doubt it would have been with the murders. They are definitely suspicious when it comes to criminal activity.
As I said earlier, I completely agree that they are suspicious, but there is nothing currently linking them to the case.
That's true. We have no established motive. Victims were displayed, tied up on a horse, hung from the ceiling. And their left eyes taken out. We still don't know why.
It is possible that Shoko and Renju were disloyal to Congressman Tsujima and the Kumakuras. They could have been killed and displayed as a warning. That would fit the current evidence.
Maybe. But it doesn't feel right.
If that was true, if it needed to be a message, then there should have been there something linking them to the Kumakuras that everybody who knows about it will know it was them sending a warning, and they would want it to be public so that every potential would see this happening, and that's not what's going on here. So I don't think So and the Kumakuras are into this. So yeah, who is so related to the Kumakuras?
I looked into that. Unfortunately, I did not find anything in our database that could connect the two.
I see.
However, I did discover some rumors on the internet. Most of them come across as gossip or conspiracy theories, but would you like to hear them regardless?
Please.
Alright, so let them hear it.
Mr. Tsujima currently resides in Azabu. He lives in a mansion, a restored samurai castle. But 20 years ago, So Tsujima lived elsewhere, in the Kawasaki district to be exact. He lived there until he was 40 years old. The Tsujima family owned a vast amount of real estate in the district. Adjusting for inflation, the land was valued above 30 billion yen. The Tsujima family sold off its holdings. 6 months later, the incident occurred.
The explosion at the chemical plant.
This caused Kawasaki to become a restricted area. And of course, land prices fell drastically to less than 1/30th their original value. What are your thoughts?
The timing is certainly suspicious. To sell that amount of land just 6 months before it happened.
Yeah, so basically he knew something was coming, or at least something was up.
There is another interesting fact. After the accident, So Tsujima purchased all of the land back for just 1 billion yen.
So he's got 29 billion yen in his pocket and 1 billion yen of land.
Correct. Despite the horrific accident, the Tsujima family is no worse off.
True. But I don't see the point of it.
I do. Eventually the restrictions will be lifted, and then he got all that land dirt cheap. It's an investment, if not for him, then maybe his offspring or his family. Is technically brilliant. Sell everything for a lot of profit, buy it back for scraps because it's worth nothing at this point. And when the restriction is lifted, it's all his. He can do what he wants. The buildings are already there. He just needs to refit them and can use it again. Normally. Yeah, I get the point of it.
It's not like you got anything out of it.
That would be true, but there is more to this story. There is another important fact. After the land prices in the Kawasaki region crashed, We'll have to continue this conversation later. I am receiving a call from headquarters.
Is this Special Agent Date from Abyss? My name is Akaska from HQ. I'm investigating the Shoko Nadami case. There's something that you need to hear.
What is it?
We got a phone call earlier from a prisoner at Fuchu Prison.
A prisoner?
We saved the call. I think you should give it a listen. Who is this?
In here, I'm known as number 89.
What is this call concerning?
I know who killed Shoko Nadami. And if you let me out of here, I will tell you who it is. I suppose you might say I'm looking for a plea bargain. He will kill again, you know. And he'll take their eye while they're still alive. There will be more bodies. If you want to stop this serial killer, I suggest you take my offer. I'll be seeing you.
This has to be a prank.
Or this somebody who knew what happened 6 years ago. Like I said, I still suspect Date to be involved. I'm not certain yet if he's the killer or he knows who the killer is. There is something going on here. And I'm pretty sure that the one doing the killing right now has something to do with that thing that happened 6 years ago, which we know little details of just yet. But we'll get there.
That's what I thought too. However, we got the call yesterday afternoon, before Renju was killed. In other words...
You're saying he predicted the second crime?
Yeah, I think he did. That's why I thought I should contact you.
Good idea. Thanks, Detective.
Good luck.
Do you think there's anything to this?
I don't know.
But it's definitely worth investigating. Doesn't mean we need to give him a plea bargain, but maybe he can give us a hint on if he actually knows something. Like, give us a snippet to verify what he's saying. Yes. Lemniscate, Sunday, 5:59 p.m. You're here.
Oh, Date.
What's wrong? You look like you have a lot on your mind.
Yeah, I just found out online. The corpse at Bloom Park. That was Renju's ex-wife, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So that was Mizuki's mom. Mizuki saw her own mom. And I just left her. But I didn't know. I knew her as Shoko Nadami. Her last name is different. I didn't know that was Mizuki's mother. I want to apologize to her. I need to tell her that I'm sorry.
To be honest, he does seem like a good kid. And I can understand he's scared when he saw that. And it's a good sign that he feels regret now knowing it was Mizuki's mom. But yeah. Let's see if we can at least get him into contact with Mizuki later. Alright, let's check the environments. That's the reception desk. The company's logo. Lemniscate. A potted plant.
Date, look! A little stink bug! Yay! A stink bug!
I have a tendency to get excited about bugs. Because usually, in a computer program, she debugs it. See, maybe she wants to do that the same thing in real life. Okay, an abstract painting is on display.
That one is called Lying, Wishing, Marking Demons.
An incomprehensible abstract painting is on display. A large window. A potted plant.
Oh, that's Rundoyer.
Who is that?
Rundoyer's video is playing. A door. There's probably an office back there. a high table. Lots of magazines in that rack. Feature, how to get rich with cryptocurrency. I'll definitely be taking that one with me. A lot of different drinks are in the vending machine. Lots of magazines in that rack. It's a monitor, nothing's on it. A sofa.
One more bowl, please.
That would be soba.
Okay, that joke is terrible. And I can tell, because I make lame jokes for a living, so yeah, that's even below mine level. A sofa. Right, that's it. And of course, before we take to the main person, I want to talk to the receptionist with the big boobies, and see if she's still interested in me. There's a receptionist sitting behind the desk. Do you want to get suits? Where's Iris? Thanks for your call. Let's go over it. Thank you for the call first.
No problem. After all, it means we get to see each other again.
I'm glad.
Okay, and yes, this might seem that I'm trying to flirt a bit with her. And yes, why not? Date is technically single, so I said let's go for it. And like I said, her voice is annoying as hell, but she doesn't look too bad. So we might as well give her a chance. So, you're cute.
You get asked out a lot, don't you? I don't know why you're sitting here behind a desk. You should be an idol.
Oh, thank you. But despite my looks, I am a bit too old to be an idol. I couldn't get into it now.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I turned 36 this year.
You're kidding.
Alright, so I have no idea what Date's age is. Has it been said during this entire game? I don't know. If anybody knows, write down in the comments, I would appreciate it. But she does look good for her age, so let's ask her for a foodie date sometime.
Hey now, that's awfully aggressive. You're an alpha type, aren't you? I kinda like that.
And I kind of like you.
Oh, but there is one little thing you should know about me. I'm a reptilian. Is that going to be a problem?
What's a reptilian?
A reptilian humanoid alien. They are said to be shapeshifters that take on human form.
Yeah, that is definitely going to be a problem.
Aw, too bad.
So you're serious about that? He's an alien, or is this some easy ploy to get us to back off or something? I thought she was into me. Okay, so let's just move slowly away from this discussion and just keep it platonic and go with Where's Iris?
She's recording a podcast right now. Looking at her schedule, it should end soon.
There's a receptionist with huge breasts sitting behind the desk. Okay, why is she still green? Oh, fine, maybe we need to talk to her after Ota. It's Oda. Where have you been?
Nowhere. Just doing my normal routine.
I don't know your normal routine.
I went to a doujin store to look at the new releases. Then I ate some ramen at Jiro's, and then headed over to the PC cafe to browse threads. You know, normal.
If that's normal, I haven't had a normal day in my life.
Alright, before we go back into Renji's case, I want to discuss Mizuki with him, because his reaction, it was good, because he did show concern about Mizuki, and that needs to be, I would say applauded, but I don't know how Date will respond, so let's go about Mizuki.
Mizuki didn't seem like she was angry with you.
What? You met Mizuki? Oh, at the interrogation.
That's right. He doesn't know I live with Mizuki. I have no reason to hide it, but it's sort of hard to explain. Yeah, I spoke to Mizuki at her, questioning earlier.
You're sick, Date.
What?
Questioning? That sounds dirty. If I were writing a light novel, that's exactly how I would describe a sexy scene.
What kind of novels are you writing, kid?
Yes, hentai, definitely. Just novels writing or also with pictures? I'm getting more and more intrigued by his work. Okay, about Renju's case.
I don't know anything. I've only seen Renju a couple of times.
I didn't think it was possible to be this bad at lying.
Though it is plainly obvious, I did a thermal check on Ota's body. This is his current body temperature.
That's what I thought. Have you forgotten, Ota? You're my thrall. You don't want me to tell Iris your secret, do you?
Huh?
Wait, it's no big deal. I just...
You better start talking.
Okay.
Okay. Talk about Renju.
Last night, I was walking over to Sunfish Pocket, and I saw Renju come out of the building.
Was he alone? Someone was with him. A man. No. A woman.
Even though his temperature, I can already see that, yeah, it's a woman.
Okay, look. I can tell you're trying to protect her, but you have to help me out here. Was it Iris?
No, it definitely for sure wasn't Tessa.
Got it. So Renju was with Iris.
Okay, fine. There's no point in hiding it, I guess. You're right. Renju came out of the building with Tessa. Tessa has nothing to do with this. She wouldn't murder anyone. She wouldn't hurt a fly. She's an idol. Idols don't kill people.
You need to stop putting her on a pedestal.
Tessa is a savior to me. The Tessa I know wouldn't hurt anyone.
A savior?
The first time I met her, I had a bad case of writer's block. And I saw all this awful negativity online, and I lost sight of what I really wanted to write. It was the lowest point of my life.
He is talking like a professional, though he hasn't published anything.
Yeah.
Then, by pure chance, I found a video of Tessa singing and dancing, and it made me realize something important. You don't have to care what people think, you know? If you do your best at what you believe in, your message will get through to people. That attitude is something all great creators need to have. After that, I became a huge A-Set fan and got over my writer's block. And I know I'm not the only one Tessa has inspired. A lot of otaku like me say that Tessa is their savior. She cheers them up when they're down. So there's no way Tessa can be involved in murder. Absolutely impossible.
Okay, fanboying aside, I can understand what he's saying, cause I think most of us have been inspired once or twice in our life. Even I got inspired by doing YouTube videos by a couple of people I saw online doing the same thing. They inspired me because of the things they did. I found amazing, and I want to be able to go there as well with that kind of quality, and that's why I'm doing videos. So I do understand, but it doesn't mean that person can or cannot do murder, because you don't know that. Because in my book, I think everybody can be a murderer if it's under the right circumstances. Just think about that. But okay, slow down. I didn't say Iris was the murderer.
But do you suspect her?
I need to hear her side of the story. If I do, I might find out she's totally innocent. If you truly believe that she didn't do it, you should tell me everything you know.
But
Do it for Iris.
What time did Renju and Iris leave the building?
around 6:15, I guess.
Where did they go?
I didn't see. They got into Renju's car and drove off.
And what did you do?
I went inside Sunfish Pocket, but I saw a sign that said the entire club was reserved. I figured I would just go home.
What happened?
Date.
Iris, there's something I need to ask you. Come with me.
Ooh, we're gonna take us to police headquarters. I thought we were gonna sit back on the sofa in Lemniscate and talk with her with Oda next to her. But yeah, police headquarters, Sunday, 8:23 p.m.
Iris, I'm going to ask you some questions. Please answer honestly. However, you do not have to say anything that might incriminate you.
The right to remain silent. You're treating me like a criminal.
Not exactly. I'm just looking for the truth. And I would appreciate your cooperation.
Alright, so here are things to look at. Mirror? A two-way mirror. There is a small room on the other side of the mirror, but you can see it from here. The room is reflected in the mirror. There are pipes in the walls of the room. A security camera. This interrogation room has 2 surveillance cameras. This is one of them. The other one is installed near the doorway. A security camera.
This is the camera used to record the interrogation. Images captured by this camera are sent to the database in real time. It is later saved permanently on our servers. You can remotely control it as well.
A camera used for interrogations. The lens is facing Iris. A desk in the middle of the room. Okay, we know the boss is standing behind us, but we cannot push the camera that far. Okay, that's fine. It means we use that. Another pipe. Alright, let's look at Iris for a bit. Iris looks nervous. It's understandable, of course, after suddenly being taken to a place like this. Is Oda's story true? When did you find Renju was killed? You used to work at Sunfish Pocket, right? I think that would be a proper first question. Then ask if it's true, and then alibi. And finally, where were you when Renju was killed? Because that's the most incriminating question he could ask. So we want to build it up slowly. Try to make her a little bit more comfortable so she's come more towards us with the proper answers that we need. You used to work at Sunfish Pocket, right?
I heard you used to work at Sunfish Pocket.
That's right.
How long?
A little over a year.
Working there that long, you're probably pretty familiar with the equipment.
Yeah, I guess.
About surveillance cameras.
What about the surveillance camera? Do you know where those tapes were stored?
What are you trying to say?
Okay, so she doesn't, or we need to come back to this one. Alright, is Ota's story true?
Here's what Ota told me. Yesterday around 6:15 p.m., you and Renju came out of the Sunfish Pocket building. Is that true?
Yes. Mr. Okiura called me and told me he wanted me to come to Sunfish Pocket, ASAP.
Around what time was that?
5 p.m., I think. I got ready, then headed over there. I guess I got there about an hour later.
Date, I checked her call history. At 4:58 p.m., there is a record of a call to Iris from Renju's phone.
Okay, so that is confirmed. Okay, so what were you doing with Renju? Anything spicy? Maybe?
What were you doing with Renju?
He asked me about a job.
Mm-hmm. An H job, maybe? Mm-hmm.
What kind of job?
He rented out Sunfish Pocket for a party and he wanted me to MC.
Okay. DJing, yes.
He said that it was an important party and that a lot of big shots were gonna be there. But the girl he asked to do it originally got sick and couldn't come. But I turned him down.
Why?
Because I'm just an internet idol. I've never done any MCing before.
Yeah, but like I said, it is a hot job. Because a lot of exposure, a lot of big shots. If you can get on a positive note with them, you could make it in the business. No, it was a good offer for Renju, at least so far. Even though she was never an MC before.
Especially with important people being there.
What did you do after you turned him down?
What did you do after you turned him down?
I left with Mr. Okiura. At 6:15 p.m. That must have been when Ota saw me.
And after that?
I asked Mr. Okiura to take me home in his car. I got home at 7 p.m. I was home the rest of the night.
What do you think, Iba?
I cannot detect any contradictions. However, her story appears almost too organized. Human memory is ambiguous. Her use of exact times leads me to be suspicious.
That's true.
Okay, so do you have an alibi for last night?
What were you doing from 7 to 9 last night?
I was at home the whole time.
Ooh, she tries to answer that very quickly. That does feel suspicious to me.
You're sure?
Yes.
Iba, thermograph.
There is no noticeable rise in Iris's body temperature.
She isn't lying.
Not necessarily.
If she's used to lying, the thermograph would not pick that up, I think.
We must consider the possibility that she is a natural liar.
With that kind of confidence, her temperature wouldn't change.
Correct.
Renju's estimated time of death was 8 p.m. last night. If Iris' story is true, she couldn't have done it.
There is another possibility. Even if Iris was at home, she could have killed Renju.
You mean...
Was it because there was no actual blood at Renju's killing, so he was killed somewhere else? Maybe at her home? If we consider she was the one killing Renju, because I don't think she could have done it because she's absolutely not strong enough to lift them up. But let's see where this goes. Can I ask your mother about your alibi?
I'll ask again. You are sure you were at home around 8 p.m. yesterday?
Yes.
Can I ask your mother about your alibi?
You can, but there'd be no point.
Why is that?
My mom wasn't home. She came back home early this morning.
This morning?
Yeah.
Where was she?
I don't know.
You don't know. Come to think of it, Iris' mom had connections to Renju too.
Hitomi did mention that yesterday.
Renju was my classmate at Eitoku High. We've known each other for 20 years now.
However, we have nothing to link her to the case.
Yeah, it would still be a coincidence as he wasn't home.
But I am curious.
Me too.
What was Hitomi doing last night?
When did you find out Renju was killed?
When did you find out Renju was killed?
This morning, on the news.
And you were with Renju last night? You didn't think to call the police and inform them of this?
Oh, sorry. Is that something you're supposed to do?
Oh, don't play innocent with me. You know better than this.
I had a podcast to record this morning, so if I went to the police, I'd be late. And that would cause everyone a lot of trouble, you know? Am I a suspect?
It's not like that.
It's fine, Date. It's true that I met with Mr. Okiura yesterday, but How do I put this? It's impossible that I'm the killer.
Why?
I'm a teenage girl. Mr. Ohira is a fully grown man.
Oh, she's got a point. A girl like her could have stabbed, poisoned, or shot him dead, but strangling?
Same point that I made earlier. She's not strong enough. But what if her mother helped her? Then you would have two people there. That might be a thing, right?
No, it's still possible. You see.
Let's see. Wait, sedation, record when you was old drum. Where Ranger was murdered? Autopsy report. Sedation. Ranger's watch. I don't know. Elevator record? What? How could she? I would say sedation. If she sedated him, she would be easier to handle him. And maybe afterwards, maybe Renju, where Renju was murdered, including the autopsy report. Maybe.
The autopsy discovered a high concentration of benzodiazepine in Renju's body. This drug is commonly used as a sedative. It is likely that Renju was in a state of compromised consciousness before his death.
Yeah. Oh, let's just read everything of it and then pick which one sounds the most plausible.
Renju's estimated TOD is yesterday, around 8 p.m. Numerous hemorrhages in the blood vessels of the throat and face indicate strangulation. The weapon used to commit the murder was some kind of twisted cloth. The criminal likely wrapped it around Renju's neck and pulled. Renju then suffocated. The more precise cause of death is cerebral circulation failure due to vessel closure in the neck. In short, Renju was strangled from behind with some kind of cloth or rope.
Where Renju was murdered?
The autopsy determined that Renju vacated his bowels for muscle relaxation upon death. However, no trace of this was found on the corpse or at the scene. This means that it is highly likely Renju was killed elsewhere and moved to where he was found.
Yeah, just like Shoko.
Renju's corpse was discovered at the maid cafe Sunfish Pocket, hanging from a beam on the ceiling by a wire. He was found over the counter. The wire was attached on both ends. One end was attached to a hook that was embedded inside Renju's jaw. The other end was attached to beer kegs found on the floor. The kegs hold approximately 20 liters of liquid. They weigh approximately 55 pounds each.
Which in turn was enough to carry his body weight. Renju's weight approximately 160 pounds.
Sunfish Pocket is located on the second floor. According to the records, from 6:30 p.m. until the body was found, the elevator stopped on the second floor only once. At 8:55 p.m., the total weight detected in the elevator was approximately 310 pounds.
Okay, so if we take off the 160 from Renju, that would have mean like 150. So someone that was lighter than Renju, which could say that Iris is of course lighter than Renju and could be the one that does it. But you have to put in consideration the barrels, or were the barrels already in the pocket?
I know this watch. It's Renju's favorite. I found it inside an oil drum at Sunfish Pocket. That means...
No idea. Let's see, oil drum.
The oil drum inside Sunfish Pocket. The type that has a lid you can open, with about a 200-liter capacity. Empty, it weighs approximately 44 pounds.
Alright, no idea what the makeup is, but I'm still favoring the sedation as first.
A heavy concentration of sedatives were discovered in Renju's body. Renju was practically in a coma before he died. He wouldn't have struggled.
So, Iris could have strangled him.
Wait a minute.
Even if I was somehow able to kill him, the rest of it is impossible.
The rest of it?
Like hanging up his body?
How do you know that?
What do you mean? It's all over the news.
That's true. Renju weighed about 160 pounds. Even if she used her entire body weight, I don't think she could have hauled him up.
Right. It would be hard for her to do it with her strength alone. But with a little ingenuity, it could be done.
Ingenuity?
Yes. The counterweights. Yeah.
It went like this. First, Renju was laid out on the counter. Next, the wire was thrown over the beam and connected to the hook in his jaw. Then all you need to do is put the 3 beer kegs on the counter.
You think a teenage girl could have done that?
Sure, it was hard. The kegs weighed 55 pounds each. But that's not impossible, even for a teenage girl.
I guess it isn't impossible.
After that, you get on top of the counter, hook the other end of the wires to the kegs, and then, what do you think happens if you kick the kegs off the counter?
The 3 kegs weighed 165 pounds altogether. Renju weighs 5 pounds less. I guess that would make it possible. But there is one more thing.
What?
Considering the state of the crime scene, it's clear Renju was killed elsewhere and brought to where we found him. If Iris is the culprit, how did she move the body?
Hey!
I know. You're going to say you couldn't have moved a 160-pound body.
Unfortunately for her, she could have.
How?
How the culprit managed to move the corpse to Sunfish's pocket. I would say the oil drum and Renju's watch, because the fact that Renju's watch was in the old drum states that he was in there. Yes, I think that's why they needed to put both of them together.
Do you know what this is? It's Renju's favorite watch. This was discovered inside an empty oil drum at Sunfish Pocket.
Hey, Date, I know you're on a roll right now, but could you please report things like that according to protocol?
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that it wouldn't be so hard to move a body if it were in a cylinder. You would just have to roll it.
So you're saying Renju's body was moved inside the drum, which is how the watch came off. But the suspect didn't notice it.
I'm not saying anything for sure. Just pointing out that it's possible.
I didn't do it! You don't even have any witnesses! If I were rolling an oil drum in the middle of the street, people would have noticed!
You could have put it in a car and driven it.
I don't have a license!
Doesn't mean you can't drive. Even an AI can drive nowadays.
Are you mocking me?
Don't make a sudden outburst like that.
You insulted me.
Just be quiet.
Who are you talking to?
Anyway, Iris, you weigh about 105 pounds, right?
Where is this coming from?
If only you weighed more. Or less.
That is none of your business.
No, I mean that your weight is relevant to the case. If the oil drum was used to transport the corpse, then the possibility of the suspect being around 105 pounds is extremely likely.
Why do you say that?
Because the elevator record, Renju's weight, and which one? Alright, so it's gonna be... Yes. This is enough. The old room.
Iris, on which floor is Sunfish Pocket located?
On the second floor.
That's right. So, I checked the elevator records. Before the corpse was discovered, the elevator only stopped at the second floor once, at 8:55 p.m. And we discovered that the total cargo weight on the elevator was about 310 pounds. Renju weighed 160. The oil drum weighs 44. Together, that's about 205. Subtracting that from 310...
This doesn't look good.
Why are you...
Now this obviously doesn't prove you're the murderer. A lot of people weigh 105 pounds. Or someone could have put 105 extra pounds in the elevator, sent it up, and taken the stairs to throw us off the trail. However...
It is highly suspicious.
Date, stop. Iris is acting strange. Don't turn around.
Why not?
Just stay put. Keep your eyes on the wall. There are several cameras in this room. 2 surveillance cameras installed at the corners of the ceiling, and 1 camera on a tripod. I hacked each to gain access to their recordings. Look at this.
Ha. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna leave it here. This episode is going way longer than it's supposed to. And I think this will be the perfect cliffhanger. Because what is gonna happen? What did she do? Did she pick up to watch? Did she have a certain expression on her face? Because the camera is on her. And we know that Iba has access to it. So can we see it? What did she do? Does it make her more suspicious or less suspicious? Find out next time on the next episode of I, the Somnium Files. And I truly hope to see you there. But until then, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. Till next time. Bye bye.